Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. Here we are discussing about fiber to fabric. In this session, let us see about different types of fabrics or fibers. Okay, different types of fibers we are going to see here. We know that there are different kinds of fibers like cotton, wool, silk, polyester, etc. Isn't it? You might have seen these all also. Fibers can be classified, these all fibers can be classified as natural fibers and synthetic fibers. That means the fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute and even silk, and these all are obtained from natural resources. Out of these, cotton and jute, like this, these fabrics are obtained from plants, and some other natural fibers like silk and wool, these are obtained from animals, isn't it? We know cotton is obtained from cotton plants, jute is obtained from bark of jute plants. So these two are obtained from plants. Some other fibers like silk, from where it is collected, from silkworms, and even wool is also obtained from hair of sheep and yak. In this way, silk and wool are obtained from animals. These are all fibers that are derived from plants and animals all together called as natural fibers. The fibers which are obtained from animals and plants are called as natural fibers because these are derived from the natural beings, plants and animals. Isn't it? That's why they are called natural fibers. So we can say these are all examples: cotton, jute, silk, wool. Any more else we can say? Coir. Okay, these all will come under natural fibers. And these natural fibers are classified again as plant fibers and animal fibers based upon their sources. Just like we told, some fibers are obtained from plants and some other natural fibers are obtained from animals. So in this way, based upon their sources, these natural fibers again classified into two types. They are plant fibers and animal fibers. Let us see first about plant fibers. The fibers which are obtained from plants or plant resources are called as plant fibers. For example, cotton, jute, coir, and linen. These all are obtained from plant sources. We know cotton is obtained from cotton plugs, jute is obtained bark of jute plants, and even coir also obtained from plants. That is why these all are called as plant fibers. These are natural fibers only. And in that, one more segregation as plant fibers. Next, let us say about animal fibers. The fibers which are obtained from animal sources are called animal fiber. For example, wool. Wool is obtained from animals like sheep, yak, and from this all. From this all, wool is obtained. The hair of these animals is collected and for weaving woolen clothes. So it is an animal fiber. Even silk is also obtained from silkworms. That's why these are called animal fibers. And nowadays, clothes are also made up of chemically developed yarn like polyester, terylene, nylon, acrylic, etc. These are not derived from natural resources like plants and animals. They are chemically prepared in the laboratory. That's why these are specially called as synthetic fibers or artificial fibers. The earlier which you have seen, plant fibers and animal fibers, these are obtained from natural sources like plants and animals. That's why they're called natural fibers. But these fibers, what we told here, like polyester, terylene, nylon, acrylic, these all are prepared by human beings in the laboratory from the chemicals. So they're synthetically prepared. That's why they are called artificial fibers or synthetic fibers. And these are prepared by human beings. That's why they're also called as man-made fibers. Okay. So we can segregate the fibers like this. Fibers are classified first into natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Again, these natural fibers are classified into two types based upon the sources, like plant fibers and animal fibers. Okay, and these are the segregation which are prepared by human beings, synthetic fibers. Right. Now, first let us say about cotton fiber, one of the natural fibers. Cotton fiber is obtained from cotton plants that grow in black soil in a warm climate generally. In our country, in India, cotton is grown in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Orissa, and Madhya Pradesh. In these states, mostly cotton is cultivated, cotton is grown. Okay, it is, we can say it is completely business field, business crop, because it is used mostly for making fiber itself, for making cloths. Okay, in the warm climatic areas, this cotton is grown. Okay, how this cotton is cultivated? Let us see here. Cotton is cultivated in block clay soil. It needs warm climate. The sowing of cotton crop is done in early spring. In the early spring, it starts cropping this cotton. Cotton plants are bushy and about 1 to 2 meters tall. The plants start flowering in about 60 days after cropping started and give whitish yellow flowers. Yes, cotton flowers will be started with a whitish yellow color after 60 days of the cropping these cotton plants, cotton seeds. The flowers turn into reddish in a few days. The flowers will be converted into reddish color after a few days. Then flowers slowly grow into spherical walnut-like structures. So slowly these flowers will be converted into walnut-like structures. These are called cotton balls. So first these cotton plants yield cotton flowers which are having whitish yellow color. They slowly converts into reddish color. After a few days, slowly these reddish colored flowers will start converting into spherical walnut-like structures. These walnut-like structures are called cotton balls. The balls are full of seeds and cotton fiber. So thus the cotton balls obtained are full of seeds and cotton fiber. After a few days, these cotton balls burst open when they are ripe. Slowly, these balls will be ripen and then they burst open when they are ripe. The cotton fibers are collected by hand from the ripe cotton balls. So, people will collect these cotton fiber from the cotton balls after a few days of when it is completely open and it's in white fiber inside. So, this cotton fiber is collected by the human beings, by the people with the hand, okay, from the ripened cotton balls. This process is called picking. So cotton fiber is picked from the cotton ball. That's what it's called picking. Next, the cotton fibers are separated from the seeds by the combing them. So because we told these cotton balls contain cotton fiber along with the seeds. So after collecting, after picking this cotton from the cotton balls, cotton seeds are separated from cotton fiber by combing that cotton fiber. This process of separation of seeds from the cotton fiber is called ginning. Ginning process. By combing the cotton fiber, cotton seeds are separated from cotton fiber. That process is called ginning. In the earlier days, this ginning was done by hand, but nowadays machines are being used for ginning process. Okay. So by this ginning, let us see here once again about ginning. The cotton picked up from the plants has seeds in it. The process of removing cotton seeds from pods or cotton balls is called ginning process. This ginning was traditionally done by hand in the earlier days, but nowadays machines are used because the cotton product is increased and hand separation. The separation of seeds from the cotton fiber is time taking if it is done by hand. That's why nowadays they are using machines for the separation of seeds from the cotton fiber. And this is called ginning process. Next, spinning. The process of making yarn into fiber is called spinning. The yarn from the fiber collected from the cotton balls is spinned and converted into yarns. The process of making yarn from fiber is called spinning. The raw cotton is supplied to industry in the form of bales. Okay, the raw cotton means the cotton which is separated from the seeds is supplied to the industry for the spinning process in the form of bales. To get cotton yarn fiber from a mass of cotton wool are drawn out and twisted. So first the collected fibers of cotton in the form of bales, it is drawn out and twisted to get the cotton yarn. This process is called spinning. This brings fibers together to form a yarn. Okay, by twisting it, what happens? By the spinning process, the cotton fiber is twisted, which is collected from the mass of the cotton wool. Now, by the twisting, this cotton fiber altogether gives in cotton yarn. So, spinning wheels or hand spindle are used for spinning process. Okay, for spinning, for twisting these cotton fibers to make a yarn, some machines are used. They're called spinning wheel or hand spindle. These are used for the spinning process. So hand spindle, it is a simple device used for spinning of cotton. It is called taldi. And one more instrument used for spinning of cotton to make yarn is charka. It is also a hand operated device used for spinning of cotton. Okay, by using this charka, they spin cotton fiber to make yarn. We know the charka was both a tool and a symbol of the Indian independence movement, isn't it? I think we have seen these are the flags which were used at the time of independence. So it is one of the symbol. It is a symbol of independent Indian independence movement. Not only a tool for spinning of cotton fiber, it is also a symbol for Indian independence movement. When India was a colony of Britain, means it is under the rule of Britain, Indian cotton was shipped to Britain and the Indians had to buy it back as fabric. Means cotton cultivated in India was shipped completely to Britain. There it is made into fabric and then the same fabric to be bought by Indian again. So Gandhi promoted spinning as an act of independence. He encouraged people to wear self-spun clothes and reject the cloth made in Britain. So he encouraged people to spin their own cloth because we are cultivating the cotton from the same cotton fiber. Yarn is derived by spinning, and this yarn is used for spinning, making cloths, cotton cloths. So in this way, he encouraged self-spun cloths and rejected the cloth made from Britain. Now let us see the steps in making of cotton yarn. First, the raw cotton is loosened and cleaned to remove the straw and dried leaves present in the cotton. So even after removal of these cotton seeds, there might be some straw, cotton straw and dried leaves also be present along with the cotton fiber. That's why first this cotton is loosened and cleaned to remove these all. The clean cotton then is fed into a machine. The cotton fiber is combed, straightened, and converted into a rope-like structure called sliver. So after the removal of this straw and dried leaves from the cotton, after removal, after cleaning, this cotton is sent into a machine. There in the machine, cotton fiber is combed, straightened, and converted into a rope-like structure which is called sliver. Okay. This fine cotton fiber is used to make cotton yarn. So after cleaning and straightening, these cotton fiber are used for making of cotton yarn. So yarns are dyed and coated with chemicals. Then they become strong, strong enough to make the fabrics. So what's happening here? First they are cleaned, then they are combed, straightened, and converted into a rope-like structure called sliver. This fine cotton fiber is used to make cotton yarn. This cotton yarn, then they are dyed and coated with certain chemicals. So by coating with the chemicals, they become strong enough to make the fabrics. Then let us see here the conversion of this yarn into fabric. So the yarn is ready after coloring and chemicaling, so that it became strong enough to make the fabric. Now let us see here how it is converted into fabric. For the conversion of yarn into fabric, two main processes are used. They are weaving and knitting. So by these two processes, yarn obtained from the fiber is converted into fabric. Let's say first about weaving. The process of arranging two sets of yarn, two or more sets we can say. The process of arranging two or more sets of yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. The big reels of yarn are called bobbins. These bobbins are used for weaving cloth. Cloth is woven on looms. Okay, the process of arranging two or more sets of yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. So while weaving fabric, if they use more than one kind of yarn, more than one yarn, two or more sets of yarn if they use for weaving cloths together, then that process is called weaving. So in this, the big reels of yarn which are used for weaving cloths are called bobbins. These bobbins are used for weaving cloths. Okay, these cloths are woven from the bobbins, means from the yarn on looms. The machines used for weaving clothes are called looms. The looms are either hand operated, which are called hand looms, or power operated, which are called as power looms. So you see here the looms which are operated by the hand, by the human beings, are called hand looms. And certain looms which are operated by power, they are called power looms. By these two types of looms, they make fabric from the yarn. After that, they bleached and dyed to give a finish. After getting from the loom, these fabrics are bleached and then they are dyed with the different colors to give finishing for the clothes. So in weaving process, the vertical threads, see here, the vertical threads are called as wrap, and the horizontal threads which are used they are called weft or filling. So by this, by using these looms, those yarn obtained from the fiber are converted into fabric. These fabric are dyed in the different colors after bleaching to give the finishing for them, and thus these fabric are used for making clothes. This is the process of getting fabric from fiber, and we have seen here cotton fabric obtained from cotton fiber. What it is done? First, cotton fiber is collected from cotton buds, cotton plant. Okay, that cotton fiber is cleaned and it is converted into cotton yarn. That conversion of cotton fiber into yarn is made on certain instruments called charka and other. So that yarn is converted into fabric by using looms. That's about cotton fiber. And next we have seen weaving. Weaving means mixing, making cloth by using two or more yarn together. If you see knitting, knitting is a process that makes use of a single yarn to make a piece of fabric. Just a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric in knitting, while more than two yarn are used in weaving. That's the main difference. Knitting and weaving both are the process in which fabric is made. But in weaving, two or more yarn are used at the same time for weaving for making cloth or fabric. But in knitting process, single yarn is used for making of complete fabric. That's why if you pull a single yarn from a torn woolen garment, it keeps unraveling. Have you observed ever? If you take a cotton woolen garment, if you take a cotton piece of cotton woolen garment, if you pull a single yarn, it starts unraveling because it is knitted. It is made, that fabric is made from single yarn. That way it keeps on unraveling. Okay, there's a major difference between knitting and weaving. Knitting is done with a single yarn, whereas weaving is done with two or more yarns together. Knitting can be done by hand or on a machine. Sweater, socks, scarves, and caps are knitted from the wool. See here, with a single yarn, they're knitting it. They're making a fabric. This is called knitting process. This can be done with the hand or on machines also. Okay, there's a major difference between the knitting and weaving. So in that way, from the fiber, fabric is made with the different process. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel Aims Today and visit our website aimstoday.in for latest updates and recorded videos.